Yes, I am indeed. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I started
Welcome in to the Reclamation Session 11. Woo! We're all very excited, as you can tell. Oh, my lord. Hello, welcome. It is a nice 6 o'clock on a Tuesday. Hey, it's a square. Hello, square. Nice to see you.
Square man.
It's a square man.
Square man.
Welcome, welcome.
Put him in a box.
Put him in a box. Put the square in the box. All right.
Where does it go? In the
Square hole.
hole.
What a week. What a week. I'm very excited for this session. Are you guys excited?
Yes, I am.
Hell yeah. Oh, Jesus. Angel's over there hitting the bass notes.
Someone has to.
Damn. You know what? That's more of a slight on the rest of you.
Offensive.
There are more men than women in this game. Y'all should be able to hit some bass notes. Come on. Wait, let me hear them
I'm playing
notes.
guitar, not bass.
Yeah, so definitely.
Come on.
Oh. Oh, man. Oh,
Yes.
God.
Oh, whoa.
So who wants to explain what happened last time?
13 fucked up.
Yeah,
Ember
a bit.
it.
Just a bit.
Well,
Sorry.
for this
In
first
combat.
therapy session, the group traveled.
Mm-hmm.
Was it last time that Shikari got the dream sequence, or was that already 2 sessions ago?
No, last time.
That was also last time. Fuck yeah, Shikari met his probably one of his ancestors. A
Oh no,
gigantic
that
dragon.
was for 2.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
session
that was-
9, I think.
Well, fuck
Yeah.
me then.
Yes, sorry, because you said dream session and last session we had also a dream, so it was confusing
Yeah.
for me.
That was Master's therapy. First therapy
Yeah.
session.
First therapy session.
Hell yeah. Who doesn't love just a hint of therapy in the morning? Kessel chips. Ooh, yummy.
Made our way
Ooh.
to one of the temples of Lorifar, already massively destroyed, probably long before the curse arrived in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to find a secret entrance, but at some point realized it's not outside. I don't know if we're on the map. No, we're not. You'll see it on the map in just a bit. It was a very small one, enough for a rogue. A certain very smug little piece of shit that we all love.
Do we though?
Eh.
Do we though?
I feel massively indifferent towards her, but sure.
And then we had a combat where 13 Ember almost fucking died.
Yeah. Whoopsie. Listen,
But you didn't.
to be fair, I didn't realize that the attacks of opportunity were gonna hit that hard. Because didn't both of them roll like max rolls for that?
One missed, the other crit.
Yeah. That was
That
yeah.
you hit.
And
then also rolled very well on damage.
yeah.
Yeah, that crit was hefty.
Yeah. That was oh boy, that was
Rolled a 4 on a d6, rolled a 6 on a d6, rolled a 6 and a 2 on a d6, and then rolled another 6 and a 2 on a d6. Yeah, that was
Yup.
everything above average.
Ay, that was a whole mess. But you know what? I survived thanks to the power of friendship. And maybe just a bit of a treat. But you know what? Hey, it's great. I'm you know what? It's great. 10 out of 10. Great combat. Would nearly die again.
No.
Kitty's just looking at me like, you bitch, no. Oh, man.
I have the
channeling
clown nose here.
Memphis.
Should I ship it over to you?
What, Angels?
She is channeling Memphis.
A bit. Alrighty. Well, with all that said, you guys ready to get into the game?
Hey,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it! Wow.
let's do it.
I like how I keep forgetting to change the transitions from Saturday session to this session, but you know what? I don't care.
It's twirly transition. It's fine.
Beautiful.
I have
Transition
to
is
get into
transition.
13. I need to not be smiling. Serious face.
Also today, roll 20 works.
Yeah,
So-
roll 20 works today, so good for us, I guess. All right.
You can actually see the map. Don't you like the entrance that is kind of fucked?
Yeah. The one area entrance that 13 probably would have to like just become square to get through.
Oh, you'd have to climb up.
Oh, ew.
There are
Brother,
routes here.
ew.
Brother,
Brother, ew.
Granted, Dungeon Alchemists, what's it called? The angle it makes the maps appear in doesn't show that much, but there are routes on this wall that you'd have to essentially
okay.
climb up.
Gotcha.
Which I had to technically place a door, that way Dungeon Alchemist recognized there is a door.
Okay.
But that's really just, oh yeah, you're climbing up and then I open that thing up.
Gotcha. Understood. Well, either way, we don't need it. So. Alright, I don't remember where exactly we left off, but
I think we left off right after Alexander scolded Ember.
no, Memphis, not Alexander. Alexander's on my side.
yeah.
Oh, right, that
Dipshit.
way around.
Yeah, Memphis was like, you dumb shit, you nearly got yourself killed, and Alexander's like, hey, that was pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, essentially.
That was badass, and no one else is dead, so you know what, it's fine.
Yeah, Alexander will begin walking down the hall towards the place, towards the wine.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do remember that at one point, Ember tried to go down that hallway, but I think Memphis, like, reached out and grabbed her before she could, so...
Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
Sad. Alright, well, at this point, Ember's just gonna look at Memphis and, like, gesture to the hallway, like, can I go now? Like, look, they're going, I wanna go.
Now, Dad?
He will look mad and basically mouth like we're gonna have a talk later. But does a bit of a shooing motion and kneels down in the rubble of what was once skeleton centaur thing.
Well, at that point, if you're gonna let her go, she's gonna basically follow Alexander.
You can feel something you haven't felt for over a week at this point. Actual closeness to Lorifar. More than just morning prayer.
Even with the state the temple is in?
Yes.
Huh. Well, he sort of holds on to his necklace as he looks around. Is there anything laying on the table over here?
No. This table seems to have been used for preparing things. But everything that was here was either evacuated or destroyed through years of time. You can notice there is just a piece of rubble here, a piece of rubble there. Probably landslides over the time have indeed destroyed a good chunk of the structure.
Okay. He'll look into each room, take a little bit of moment to just observe before going on to the next one.
All right.
Oh. We got some casks.
Good, what we came here for.
You have some casks, and on the other side,
Bottles.
a fat chunk of bottles.
Are they full?
The question is not if they're full. The question is if the wine has crystallized or not.
It crystallizes?
Yeah. Yeah. He tries to find... He's gonna start going through these, sort out which one are bad and which one are good. And when he finds a crystallized one, he'll show it up to Ember. Investigation?
Alright. Yep, and there would be an investigation check.
Alright. Please, Lord Fire, bless me in your house of hope. 19.
Nice, good job.
19 with guidance. Alright. There are a good chunk of bottles that are crystallized. They seem to have been here for quite a while. However, in between was like one bottle every fourth bottle seems to still be good. Which did I write down how many those were? I won't never think about that. All right. Quick math in the head. In total, that'd be about 50 bottles still left.
All right. Is there an age on the oldest one? Vintage.
Oh, vintage. A lot of the labels are gone at this point, but with a 19, you find a couple of the bottles still seem to have a small range. Hold was a temple. These seem to be from around. No, these would be in Elven time, not vampiric time. 12,800. So
Okay.
about 470 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, he'll as he finds a crystallized one, he shows it to Ember. See?
That's weird. I didn't know when to do that.
Yeah. It could probably be useful for something, but I've never met someone who knew how to deal with it, because this only happens in these sort of circumstances. He says from his kneeling position. Usually gets drank too fast, or it's well kept and taken care of.
So do we want to take a bunch back, or?
Well, I think for now we should just leave them here. We know there are 50 of them. He's gonna check the cask as well. Just give it a knock knock. Anything inside? He's gonna open the tap and see if there's something coming out.
The tap itself, if you open it, nothing pours out. There seems to be something still inside, but it's definitely not liquid anymore at this point. This seems to have been used to drink wine fresh from the source instead of bottling it beforehand. So at this point, that is definitely gone.
He closes the tap. Don't take from that.
Bad, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that was the the type of wine you kept on the pitch on the table, sort of thing.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, to be drank quite quickly.
All right. Want to clear the rest of this place out, or are we just gonna grab and go?
Well, there's an upstairs I want to check. Or downstairs, I can't tell from this point of view as a bird.
No Bork.
He's gonna check this room as well.
This seems to be where they store tasks. Some of them are destroyed by rubble, namely these 3. Some of them are a little bit like half stuff on them in terms of rubble, but don't seem broken. I'm not going to make you roll investigation for that. If you are checking them, they will all be very similar to the cask down there. So
he checks like 5 of them, each in different spots, and then shakes his head. Nope, bad as well. I count 50 bottles of value, or rather, that can be drank. The oldest one being 470 years old, so.
All right.
We could
That's
take
good.
at least some.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Another
just going to
preparation
take some.
room.
If that's okay with you, I guess. This is your temple after all.
I mean, if you want to carry them with you while we explore the rest of it, you can go right ahead. I was thinking we could take it on the way out.
I just could store them in the fanny bag, don't I?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Thank you.
Okay, how much do you want to take?
How much can you fit?
All of them, I guess. Wait, how much does one weight? I guess like...
Oh god.
These are roughly 1 liter bottles. However, with the glass, they probably weigh more around like 1.5. But with 50 bottles, that's about 75 in total.
Yeah, I can carry them.
Kilo. Yeah, those you can carry. Actually, how much does bag for 500 pounds, right? That's roughly 250
250 kilograms.
That fits.
So
as
Shikari's got to
long
get in there and be like, does someone want to help me?
As long as it's not disrespectful to Lorathar, he will carefully look over at
Yeah,
Alexander.
that's why I asked how many we were taking.
I mean, he sort of waves his hand. This temple is long abandoned, and plus it's wine bottles.
Do we want to leave some for future explorers, or are we saying fuck them?
Fuck them. This is
Okay.
valuable trading materials.
Let's freaking go.
I will also take 1 bottle for myself. I have refilled my wine.
Moss is also gonna take one just
You
because.
are incredibly quiet. I don't know.
Oh, Moss is gonna take one just because.
All right.
I'd like
Does this
one
go
later,
up or
but for
down?
now I'm gonna stay away.
So I have 48.
You'll have 47 in a bit, but for
Okay.
for now,
Okay,
for now 48.
I can give them out to you at will. So
Yeah,
there
I'm just
isn't
gonna
any
let you
problem.
know. Don't throw them
Alexander,
all off
this
a cliff or
seems-
something.
While the staircase, I had to make it be an up staircase because of certain things in the Dungeon Alchemist. This staircase goes down a bit.
Alright, he'll walk down the stairs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this would be like the sermon hall sort of situation.
The only reason this door is here was to stop vision.
Oh, he stops dead in his tracks.
What is it? Oh,
Oh
shit.
question. Is this supposed to be gems or glass?
This seems to all be sunstone.
He's stunned.
Alexander,
Huh?
you okay?
He steps inside. My god.
Is that all sunstone?
Yeah.
Ember just kind of whistles a bit impressed. What's this in the middle here, Yasha?
That seems to be almost on an altar. There's some inscriptions, but at this distance, I would not let you read those.
Yeah, well,
that
I
seems to be
can't
a
read,
sword.
so...
That is fair. But this seems to be a
Nice.
sword.
A sword? Ooh. Ember,
Can I...
what kind?
Great sword
Real, a great sword? A great sword? Oh!
I-
Ember's looking at it like,
Can I tell if this is... if this was supposed to once be... one sunstone? Like, it's been broken.
Do me a religion check. This one would be intelligence.
Yep.
Because this is appalling information.
Guide me, Lorifar. 17.
17. This is not a common sight, even among temples or churches of Lorifar, but there are places where supposedly Lorifar sent down some of his might to make a temple happen, to essentially lay the foundation. These usually come in large geodes of sunstone.
And this would be one of them.
This would be one of them. The center is usually somewhat hollow. I don't know if you've ever seen a geode from the inside.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
But it is very clear that, especially at the bottom, some has been chipped away over time. Usually this is done to create holy symbols similar to the one currently around your neck, where it allows a spellcaster, a cleric, a paladin, a monk to channel Lorifar's magic. These are essentially small pieces of Lorifar's domain made manifest.
Yeah, he's stunned, observing.
I really want to go explore, but I do not want to be disrespectful. You know what? To be a bit more respectful, Ember will slowly kind of pull the mask off her head and hook it back onto her belt just to be a bit more respectful. And I'm gonna step down just to investigate some of the sun. Well, not investigate, but I want to check out the sunstone. I want to see how it feels. Just gently, like, she's never been this close to some, so, well, other than the fucking thing around Alexander's neck, but, like, she want to touch it. It's shiny.
As you pick it up, Alexander starts going. Do you know what this is? When he's not looking at you as he's talking.
I don't.
This is the founding sound of this temple.
The what?
Wherever a temple of Lorfar is made, or planned to be placed, Lorfar would strike the first site, creating this.
It's beautiful.
This literally comes from his hands, and as he touches one of these sunstones, his will made manifest.
It's beautiful. I've never seen anything like this, so.
Neither have I.
Forgive me for asking, but do you know what that thing is? And she kind of like gestures her head towards the sword.
I do not. Which has be very curious as to why they took the time to pull out the floor. He's gonna read the inscription.
Alright, I was gonna say, do you try to read?
Do or do not. There is no try.
Exactly.
Do or do not. Do you have Elvish as a language?
Great question.
You
Let me
do.
look at my
You do
character
because
sheet.
you knew what Ember called her horse.
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
At this moment, Shikari's finished up storing this bullet and going to enter the room. What the hell is this?
Alexander will look up to you and say, "Welcome to my god's domain. Made manifest here."
What in heaven is this?
That's the correct thing to say. He'll just look around. This is sunstone.
Sunstone.
Whenever a temple is founded, Lorfar would strike the first spot, creating this. He holds up his amulet, and you can see a little red stone.
Impressive.
Yeah. His will made manifest. And it says something here. And he's gonna read out loud, translated into common.
Some of the inscription seems to have also weathered away over time, but you can make out that this is the sword of Gorkal, a sword of a hero who has once defended this temple and served Lorfar's will in a way that none have before, and maybe none shall ever do again. This was one of Lorfar's chosen. I'll tell you this much, you know that legend. Without a check.
He'll finish the reading with saying that.
And it's just here.
Yeah.
Kitty, you were about to say something. What were you up? What were you up to?
Was that legend mayhaps also mentioned in the Book of Lorathal?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Is there anything particular that would like have stood out?
Supposedly, Gorkal, around 800 years ago, led a campaign against several of the vampiric families, successfully eliminating or almost ending several lines of them.
Ooh.
Before ultimately falling at the hands of a coalition of them. One of the few times where they banded together.
Do I by any chance know this legend from the other side? Or is this something that they would not
something they
have
talk about.
Okay.
No.
Cool. All right.
Memphis will just quietly mention Galkor, the vampire slayer.
The one and same. Dorfa's chosen.
I've never heard of this before.
Vampire Slayer?
It wouldn't surprise me that you haven't heard. And yeah, he led the most successful crusade against vampires to date. Killing many lines of vampires. And here's a sword.
That's... Well, that sucks. I mean, here's this artifact surrounded by death and destruction. That's something like that. Doesn't seem right that it's stuck here like that.
It's not the sword that made it powerful.
Fair enough. But at least belong... In my opinion, something like that would be better protected. Remembered.
It is. He motions around. This is as close as you could get to Lord while we're remaining here on the material plane. It wouldn't surprise me if this was his grave. He places his hand on the stone structure.
Oh, well shit, now I don't want to step on it. Fuck. I'm trying to think. I want the sword, but goddammit.
It wouldn't surprise me if it has remained here because, well, no one else was allowed entry. I'm pretty sure if the vampires knew about this little spot, they would have destroyed all the sunstones in here.
I don't think they would be able to enter. Really.
Say that one more time, Kitty.
I don't think they would have been able to enter here, or at least they would have felt unwell due to the. He'll sort of gesture around aura.
Yeah.
Some vampires. Difficult subject.
Alexander nods and puffs out his chest as he inhales. Yeah, I feel it. I've never felt his presence more strongly than I have here.
This may be slightly indelicate, but... Do you mind if I take a look at the sword? I just kind of want to see what it's made of.
He looks at you, and then he looks at the sword. And he's going to just close his eyes for a moment and pray to Lorfar to see if he's allowed to grab a hold of the sword.
Do me a religion check, wisdom.
23.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Oh, that's good. All right. What happens, Yasha?
I would like to ask nobody else to currently move. That being said, well, I can't make the effect happen on the map. I'm terribly sorry. You say the prayer, or you think the prayer, I'm not sure which. And for a second, you wait on a response. until the sword itself lights up, and the sunstone seems to reflect into what would nowadays be considered to be a hologram, essentially, of a large and glowing figure.
Alexander drops to his knees.
Everyone do me a constitution saving throw to not be blinded.
Okay.
Alexander, you do so with advantage.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
21.
16.
Ten.
I can't see shit.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Greta.
Dog.
Yeah,
Rat.
she's Borkin.
Heck, Bork. Shikari had a 10. Alright. Yeah, Memphis, you are absolutely blind. You see jack shit.
Yeah, crit fail.
Yeah, that is a nat 1 to a total of 3. Alexander, you have no trouble. Like, while this is unexpected, you are, after all, a monk/cleric of Lorifars. Ember, it is bright as all hell, but you can still see what's going on.
Hell yeah.
Moth, you can barely tell. You can tell, unlike Memphis, but to you need to hold up your hand to not be blinded. Spark and Shikari are Spark similar, however he chooses to not look at it instead of being almost blinded. Shikari, you barely don't. Like, to you, the entire room glows.
Oof.
That being said, while you have never heard his voice, you instinctively know who is talking, Alexander. This is Lorifar.
Shit.
Not in physical form.
It's Lorifar nonetheless.
It is Lorifar nonetheless. And, hold up, I had these sentences prepared. One of my most loyal. You were leading a portion of the resistance against the filth. And now you are leading a campaign to get rid of its source. The resistance may have taken a strong blow, but the light still shines both in you and the others of your cause. You now have the opportunity to find the vampire's weaknesses from whence they came. They may have destroyed and plundered many of our temples, many like this, and he gestures a little bit around. But we still have a lot of their weapons in this area, both theirs and our own. Recover what was stolen. Your best chance is in their castles, to be fair, but they had their mansions. And with that, you get a slight bit of a vision of a crystal in a room. The vision goes out. You see a grand entrance of a mansion. The vision goes out further. That mansion seems to be veiled by magic and disappears. And around it is a lake and a forest in what is a small valley. It's not mountainous, but it is somewhat large hills. And the vision disappears. And he says, take everything you need for your quest. The sword may be your first step. And unless you say anything, he disappears again.
He doesn't. He's crying. He's just in sheer joy and hope as he looks upon his god, and he just nods before he disappears.
All right. After that, the room cools down again.
Was that?
Theos leveled. He wills it.
Ember's gonna
Like
turn and look.
Gorkal, before me, he stands up. Who led the campaign, the crusade against the dark? He goes up to the sword. I shall now finish what you started. And he drags up the sword from the stone and holds it above his head. For your cause is righteous, and your light burns. And it shall never die. He holds the blade to his forehead.
Ember kind of watches him for a bit. She's a bit impressed. She kind of just little half smirk, like, all right, shit.
What the shit was that? Just still rubbing his eyes.
I think that
What?
was Lorithar.
Whatever it was blinding and shining and made Alex a little bit crazy, I think.
That's not
The
crazy.
light of Lorifar. The light of Lorifar.
That's devotion.
His most devout follower.
So you're
I
gonna
will
learn
not
how to
let you
swing a
down.
sword now, or?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
What type of sword is this?
Great sword.
This is a great sword.
he looks at it. And then he grabs hold with both of his hands as the adrenaline starts to wear out from him. Maybe? I don't know. I know how to use short swords. He rests against his shoulder, but this is not one.
Great swords are... And she kind of taps the one that's on her back. Very different. You move differently. You're slower. But your attacks are heavier. I can show you how to use one if you like, but, don't want to impose.
I'll spend some time with it. We'll see what happens tomorrow. He's gonna look into the hole. If there would happen to be a scabbard in there, would there?
This was within its scabbard. You essentially pulled it out of it.
Okay. Yeah, he'll sheath it again and attaches to his back.
All right. The sword feels heavy.
Yeah, I can imagine. He thinks for a moment before he goes to one of the smaller crystals that's freestanding, and he'll take it. And he'll tie it to the greatsword.
You take one of the crystals? Okay.
Yeah, a small one that he can attach to the sword.
Yeah. The things that are like making up the walls are definitely too big, but there are some that are basically cracked off on the floor. You can definitely pick one up.
Yeah. Well, uh, he looks around the room again. I don't know what to say anymore, honestly.
Sometimes it's better to say nothing.
It's very out of character for me.
You're telling me. We might need to clear out soon enough. It's Fuck, what time is it? It was sunset when we got here, right? Yes, but wasn't it sunset when we got here?
Maybe.
We should probably get out of here, camp somewhere, and then get back to camp, store the wine somewhere.
All right.
You need rest. You're gonna have... Sorry.
You go.
We're gonna need to camp somewhere. That adrenaline's gonna wear off real quick.
Yeah.
Shikari.
Go on.
Yeah.
Did you see any places to camp on the way here?
DM, did I?
Let me check the previous survival checks you made to get here. That's all fine. That's all fine. That's all fine. That's all initiative. Jesus Christ, that was a long chat log. Yeah. Yeah, not too far away, but it would be getting very dark and you'd be getting very late.
Yeah, but it's a little bit to walk, but we can make it, I think.
There's that, but there is also there's the option of camping here if we have to. Although I don't want to be disrespectful, and and she kind of turns and looks at Memphis. You didn't want to camp inside last time, did you?
That was mostly because of...
Oh shit.
Perfect timing.
Oh no!
Kitty died.
Kitty just died, no!
Rest in peace.
Oh god.
So...
That being said, Alexander, as you are leaving the inner sanctum, not necessarily the whole place, but the inner sanctum, and like adrenaline wears off even just a little bit, you get a sense of direction of what Lorifar showed you. And it is somewhere south. You can't tell how far, you can't tell where exactly, but it would be somewhere south.
Yo, Alexander.
Yeah.
Would it be okay or maybe beneficial for us to take some of these sandstones to maybe upgrade our weapons? if that is even possible.
Oh, I'm not a blacksmith, and you need someone who's been.
We have a blacksmith in camp. The question is, might this be helpful?
Oh yeah, I mean, there have been weapons made out of sunstone before, but it's a very
out of, but have sunstone as like a hilt to channel its magic.
Yeah.
This weapon itself has sunstone in the hilt as well.
I mean, just he sort of taps the sword on his back. I mean, this one has sunstone in its hilt, very famously so to help channel magic. But no, it's a very maybe he could, but there's the fact that it sort of needs to be a priest of Lorifar.
Yeah, okay. So you say we shouldn't take it.
I'm saying you guys shouldn't take it.
Okay.
I'm bringing a little extra, just in case. You never know.
Shikari's gonna look at the stones and looks back to Alex and be like, okay. And just follows the group.
Very tempting, I'm aware. But that sort of thing happens when it's anything godly.
So,
I
are we
just
camping here,
read-
or are we going all the way out, risking the darkness?
We can camp here.
Memphis, are you okay with that?
Sure. I'll. Yeah, we can do that. Though maybe not in the room full of sunstones. I
Oh
don't
no, I wouldn't
quite
allow
feel
for that.
comfortable there. Good.
Spark, you hear that? No sleeping in the sunstone room.
Can we do something about clearing out the giant bones in the courtyard? Maybe we can sleep there.
I can
Courtyard
do
entrance
something
hall, whatever
about
it's
the
called.
guards.
All right.
This would be a hall, yeah.
I mean, there's a now defunct sleeping room over here. Might be a little bit easier to clear out than the
shit.
entire courtyard.
Please tell me that's just my mouse dying.
Probably.
And not roll 20. Yeah, it's just my mouse dying, okay. That's a bit close quarters, but sure.
It's beds.
It's broken beds.
I mean, the person taking watch can stay outside.
I'll take first watch, if that's alright. I know you usually do it, but if you don't mind.
I mean, sure. I'll just wander around for a second. Usually takes me a bit to fall asleep anyway.
Well, how about you take first, I'll take second then.
Good. Yeah.
Fine by me, I can sleep.
Oh, take the last as usual.
I don't think anyone expected any different.
Especially not here.
Alright. I will say you can easily clear off the debris and like make this be sleepable in. It wouldn't be homey, but even though the beds are destroyed, they aren't burned off, essentially.
Baller.
While everyone else is doing that, Ember's gonna go back down to that sunstone room. Not to do anything, just to kind of look at it for a bit.
There is something I would like to do before falling asleep, which is spend an hour to try to attune to this sword.
Good. Yes. Otherwise, I would have said you probably wouldn't need to attune to the sword before actually using any of its magical properties. But first, Ember, what are you doing exactly? Just looking around?
Yeah, she's basically gone back down to the sunroom, and she's kind of like sat herself on the stairs, and she's staring at the inscriptions on that, like where the sword was, just having a big ol' think.
A think of funk.
Yeah, she's thinking about her purpose at this moment. She's a little jealous that somebody else found a purpose, and she's sitting over here like, well, shit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think Kitty wants to do something. Are you gonna do that now?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, Memphis will sort of at first walk to the entrance hall thing where they fought, and then notice member. Yes.
Member. Hey yo. No.
No.
Sorry, I'm doing that thing again. Anyway, continue.
No worries, no worries. He notices Ember sitting there alone. Sees it as his opportunity. This is going to go so well. And sort of goes in, but he does not cross like that threshold, like into the actual sunroom. And sort of rubs at his chest awkwardly. And then just Amber?
Yeah, real quick before you do that, I want to look at something real quick. I have to check something on my character sheet real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, can I please? Thank you. Passive perception. Oh, my passive perception is 13. How funny. Yasha, with a passive perception of 13, would I have heard him approach?
Did Memphis try to be sneaky about it?
He isn't, I'm gonna call him naturally stealthy. So he doesn't have very heavy footfalls, but he didn't try to actually be sneaky. He just went normally. Though
Then
he
I
did
would say
try
you
to
wouldn't necessarily hear the footsteps, but you'd hear the clock
of the cane?
of the stick,
Okay.
of the cane.
She kind of turns her head slightly, but doesn't fully turn around. She's like, oh shit, I know what's coming.
Amber, could I pull you aside for a moment?
She kind of shrugs her shoulders a bit, and she turns, realizes that you're at the entrance rather than the actually in the room, and she'll stand, walk a little bit further up the stairs, and then sit like a step below you. And she'll fold her hands a bit and like put her elbows on her knees, fold her hands, and then rest her chin on her hands.
Yeah, he'll lean back against that wall, sort of sigh heavily, rubbing his forehead, like sort of that annoyed dad. I don't want to scold you, but Jesus fucking Christ, man.
You need it.
Yeah. And he'll just sort of, Amber, I know you were raised or taught to sacrifice yourself. That is how soldiers work, how the vampires work with humans. But it's different here. You need to survive. Your survival ensures our survival. So you can't just go around killing yourself just to defeat one fucking skeleton, okay? Here, your life is more important than one of them dead. If you flee to slay alive another day, that might make the difference between one or even fucking all of us dead. I don't care if you run away from 1, 10, 100 enemies, or if you just hear of one and think to yourself, that's not worth it. I'd actually appreciate it if you did that. Just don't put yourself in danger.
We're already in danger.
Yes, so you don't need to put yourself in even more danger by just running in willy-nilly.
That's my job.
It was your job.
It's
not
my
anymore.
job, Memphis. You said it yourself. My survival ensures your survival. It's not entirely true. There's plenty of people back at camp that could take up my position if I did fall. I'm sure you could convince somebody. The half-orc, maybe?
So,
or the Leonin?
The fucking half... Are you kidding me? The half-orc that punched you in the face. I'm supposed to just work with him now?
For good reason.
No! Ember! If you die, I don't think you understand. Against my better judgment, I have made a connection to you. I don't just see you as a soldier. I think you might have gotten that by now. If you don't, I don't know how. But you are important to me. I want you to survive. I don't think I'm going to work as well with anyone else. You understand what both of us went through. You understand what the vampires did, what they didn't do, how they helped us, how they made us survive. He sort of goes quiet for a bit and just thinks, holding his chest. You've made mistakes, and I've also made big mistakes. And it seems we're both regretting them at the moment. So I would really appreciate it if you didn't go and sacrifice yourself just for a single undead.
Then what else am I supposed to do?
Wait for us to also come in, attack from the front. If there's a backliner with them, I can take care of it.
Not that. I know how combat works. But what else am I supposed to do if I'm not here to sacrifice myself, if I'm not here to actually figure something out? Because God knows she doesn't actually care about that. What else am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to live. You can
For
figure
what?
out for yourself, and if not that, if you really don't treasure yourself that much,
How could I?
do it for me. For Alexander. Hell, even maybe even for Moss or Shikari. I don't know. Do it for us. Live.
She moves her hand she moves her chin from her hands, and she kind of rests both of them against like the space between her nose and her mouth, and she doesn't really know what to say.
I've
never had to live for people before. I don't think I know how to do that.
Well, then I guess we can start now, can't we?
I guess.
How about you think of something that you've never done that you want to do, and at some point we're going to get that. We're going to do that. Something you've never seen, something you've never eaten. I'll make sure you get there.
She kind of furrows her brows a bit, not really sure. Do I have to think of it now?
Oh no, you have time. We've got time as long as you live.
Damn it.
And you okay?
Yeah, the dog is once again barking. That is the third time this stream. Thank you, Greta.
Yeah, I forgot. Fuck. Yeah, just you've got as long as you live, so just try to figure out until tomorrow maybe. And we can work on that then. Just start small. We can go and look at the big things once we figure this fucking mess out.
All right. I'll try, I guess.
He nods. So he walks over to her, pats her shoulder briefly, and then starts to walk away towards the
Memphis.
entrance hall thingy. Oh. Stays and turns around. Yes?
That story on the I don't know what to call it.
On the pedestal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think the vampires never talk about that because they're ashamed or they're scared?
He thinks for a bit. DM, would I have a clue about that?
Since you've never heard the story yourself, you can only make an educated guess. That being said, you can roll me intelligence if you want me to make that guess for you through a dice roll.
Yes, I would. Hold on, fucking Christ, my computer. I would like to do that as soon as
Things actually start working again.
Yeah. Intelligence. If we want to go with the old level. Oh, never mind.
It's
Passive
6.
6.
It is not a difficult check, so you're in luck.
Yeah.
That being said, you're not 100% sure, to be fair, but considering the contents of the story and how a single paladin led a crusade that almost annihilated several lines, it's probably more fear.
Yeah. So, fear that if others knew about it, they would also maybe start an uprising and join Lorathor or something like that.
Yep, the same fear that made them tear down basically every temple of where they set their foot.
Yeah. He will look out into the crystal room, consider like the spot where the sword once was, and just think it was probably out of fear. They did like to always squash rebellions as soon as they came up, or as soon as they found them.
I know.
Yeah. It's
They're weaker than I thought. And she kind of like chuckles slightly.
they really are. I mean, I took one out, and I didn't even really have anything.
You killed one.
But yes, in self-defense.
She kind of thinks about it for a moment, and you can. Her head kind of like turns back towards the sunstone, and she thinks about it for a second. And she looks back at you, and she has a similar half smirk on her face, and just goes, "Good."
He raises his eyebrow at her. Wait, my brain didn't compute why good.
It's good that you killed it. That's what she's saying.
Oh. Damn. He shrugs a bit and turns to leave. It's sometimes I wish I didn't, but yeah. He will take another step towards the door. Or
She's gonna
whatever.
She's gonna remain in the sunroom for a bit. Sunstone room for a bit. She won't say anything else to you. And before she leaves the room, she kind of pushes herself up off the stairs and she puts a hand on one of the stun stones and goes, "You know, I know you probably don't like me very much. I'm starting to see why he follows you." And then she'll... Oh?
Do me a religion check.
Oh.
You can choose wisdom or charisma.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna go with charisma. Just so I get that extra +1. So you just, yeah, okay. Oh god. Nat fucking 20! Nat fucking 20! Let's go! What the time for a nat 20? Let's go! Alright.
Fucking natty, man.
Nat 20 when I'm talking to Lorathar. Oh boy.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy, indeed.
Okay.
It is nothing as spectacular as the last time. To
God,
be fair,
I hope not. I'd feel bad.
it doesn't appear again.
Good.
That being said, you said you were touching one of the stones, correct?
Yeah, she put her hand on one of the stones and said what she said.
As you do so, one of the stones that you are touching, it lights up a little bit, nowhere nearly as powerful as before. You do not get a manifestation or any of that. But you can feel something almost trying to reach out to check who just fucking did that. And then you get a small sense of, all right, I see you. Proof yourself. And then the feeling disappears.
As soon as it stops, she kind of like pulls her hand back, like, whoa. And her eyes go a bit wide, and she looks at her hand, and she looks back at the crystal. Okay. I have no idea what just happened. Okay. And she kind of like, she shakes her hand, not in a way to like get it off, but more in a way to like get rid of some of the energy, like the nervous energy that kind of built up just a bit. Prove myself. Okay. How the fuck do I do that? And at that point, she will turn and leave and go get ready to sleep.
You mean go get ready to stand watch?
No, she and
Right,
Memphis.
no, Memphis
yeah,
was doing
Memphis
that.
will do first. She'll do
But-
second.
Correct.
Kill the.
All right.
All right. Yeah. That's the wrong room. That's still the wrong room. Okay, there we go.
You don't
Yeah.
want to sleep with the wine?
No.
The bad wine?
No, I'm not that much of an alcoholic yet. Yeah, she'll go into the room where everyone else is, and she's like deliberately avoiding eye contact with everyone, and is just like clearly deep in thought as she goes to like the back corner and just sets up very kind of just a very makeshift sleep situation. Haha, makeshift. A very makeshift sleep situation. Just bedroll. That's it. Like, 'cause she's gonna roll it up as soon as she goes to do watch shit. So, yeah, quietly
All good.
to the corner, bedroll, lays down, and just you'll know that one meme of the guy that's like laying in bed after the brain talks to it with the like wide eyes and shit. That's her right now. Just there's a lot of thoughts in my head right now. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And with that,
Anyway,
I will.
Alexander, you said you were attuning to the sword.
Yes, I did say that. He has this sword laid across laid across his lap as he's just holding on to the hilt and the little stone extra he took, and he is concentrating deeply upon it.
It takes a little while. Attunement takes about an hour. But as you almost trace some of the engravings, is it that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the engravings, the other hand on the hilt, not necessarily grasping it, but in that area.
Mm-hmm.
You slowly feel the sword almost awaken a little bit. It's not like flooding you with power or any of that kind of stuff. But by the end of the hour, your eyes are closed. And you are technically speaking not awake. For the ones that's around him.
Okay. Where's this going?
Somewhat similar to what 13 had a while ago. You are finding yourself in what is essentially a mind space. unlike the moments before, yours is mostly white.
Hmm.
And you realize this is not your mind.
Yeah, being very in tune with my body would. Yeah, sorry.
No. Finish that description.
Yeah, being very in tune with his own body, so it's. I feel like he would catch on a little quickly, like, this is weird. This is really weird.
This is the stinky thing. That stinky thing that smells.
Yeah. This is not my mind palace. It doesn't look like this.
And for a couple seconds, there doesn't seem to be much. Until in front of you is a pedestal. The same pedestal that you stood before today. The pedestal out of which you took the sword. And on it, instead of a sword, sits a woman. Let me grab where the fuck did I put the name? Right, did I send you the name in DMs?
Yes, you did.
Fuck.
Do you want me to tell you what it is in DMs?
I found it.
I think that's how you spelled it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Mwah.
That is why we would put our notes into the note document and not just leave them somewhere in DMs. So you are the next lower first champion. Well, supposedly. I felt him channel his magic to you.
Indeed. Where am I?
And the woman smiles. She stands up a little bit. She seems a bit shorter than you, but not by much. Tan skin, similar to yours. And the robes she's wearing seem to be white, but they are also seemingly swirling with fire.
Anything I would recognize? Iconography?
You recognize on her forehead the symbol of Lorifar.
Yeah, as soon as he clocks that, he gives her a bow.
She'll chuckle a little bit and just go, "Oh, that is not necessary here." And she will almost whisk towards right in front of you. In a similar way, how she essentially turns into like a small mist of light particles and then whisks towards you and then stands in front. Last time I was bound to Paladin, one of great might, great belief. Well, you have the belief, and she will almost grab you at the chin, more like measuring you. Almost like you measure a piece of meat, but a little bit gentler.
All right. He sort of doesn't know what to do, so he just lets it happen.
You have the belief, but
not the strength.
I'm sure you can do a lot of great things. You are strong, but not that strong. You're more mobile, aren't you?
Yeah. I've never been one for lifting super heavy things. I've been more about lifting myself.
I see. And she will stand back up, turn back around, take 1 or 2 steps towards the altar, and you can see that she is pondering something.
Not to be rude, but I feel like I'm sort of on a back foot here. I'm Alexander. Who are you?
Of course, introductions. I am Haka, the sword of Gord. Not Gordhash, that's a different D&D thing.
Wrong universe!
Wrong universe of Gorakal. Lorifar granted me to him to guide him in his conquest. He channeled his magic through me, and I lended him some of Lorifar's power in return.
Ah! It's a pleasure to meet you, Haka.
It is a pleasure to be talking to someone after such a long time as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that would have been like. But the Crusades call. The Crusades call for one more.
Indeed they do. Unfortunately, I cannot change the shape upon which I was ingrained into.
Perhaps not. I might not be able to use your physical form, but you spoke of channeling magic. Perhaps that's something you could help with.
I can help teach you, but you already have. And like he turns back around, and the amulet around your neck almost lifts itself up without her touching it. You've already been granted a blessing. Sure, it's not as potent, but with your connection to Lorify, it will grow. And she takes another step back towards you, now touching the amulet. Brain fart, 1 second. Yes, exactly. My brain just went into hard reset mode.
I do not apologize.
She will both touch the backside with the back of her hand, touch the sunstone in the middle with her thumb, and go, I can engrain some of my strength. Wielding the sword in combat just for magic would be unwise. It would limit you more than you would think.
I see.
But, and you can, while this is in the mind realm, you can see some of her power go through her hand into the amulet. With this, some of my power is at your disposal. I like you, but I don't think you can wield me.
No, I don't think I can either. But, a plane is flying overhead. I can't do anything about it.
What the hell is a plane?
A very loud bird.
Oh!
No, I don't think I can either. But, there are... Any follower of Lorifar is far and few between. And I'd rather not leave you in back in there. Unless you particularly enjoyed it.
I can't say I did. But
Well,
pray tell, you have someone on the path of redemption in your party, have you not?
Yeah. They've just found that path. And, well, it's a long journey. That's for sure, but they now see it.
Journey is long for everyone. Such an undertaking as you and the rest of your group have taken takes a while. And if any of them decide to turn their back on it again, I have just as much control over this connection as the other side does.
Then, how would you feel that I introduce you to them?
I would be delighted. And this time she will bow. It's not a full bow, it's more a courtesy bow.
Yeah. But that's similar to what Alexander does, so he just says, hey now, you're the one that said that wasn't necessary.
And she will smile and she will go back to standing straight.
He smiles at her.
Alright. If you're okay with it, I would enter the scene here.
Yeah.
Alright. Whoa.
Goddamn.
Whether or not you want to immediately act upon that, or say that your character stays asleep.
Depends. When it comes to what is everyone doing? That would take an hour to sort of get that human going, and having the little conversation might take a little extra, but...
Yeah. The conversation between Memphis and Ember did take a little while, but
Definitely
that was
not
over
an hour.
a long while ago,
Yeah. That probably took like 15 minutes rather than, an hour.
Alright.
Ember's probably like rolled over on her side. She probably hasn't fallen asleep completely yet. It's more still thinking, but she's rolled over to face the wall like she usually does.
Okay. Then, instead he'll go back to sleep.
Right. I am taking Moss and Shikari are also going to sleep.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Then Memphis is taking watch right now.
Indeed, yes.
Yes. The other things that you messaged me, you already did earlier, correct?
I picked up the sigil. I picked up the mask
With
from the guard.
the Minotaur skeleton.
I would probably start actually mending it by now.
I think either I or Kitty just died.
Oh yeah.
Kitty's fine on my end.
Help, please, no.
You're fine on my end, Kitty.
I think Yasha just died.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
no,
shit.
our DM just died. Shit.
Our world just crashed.
I will drag him back to life. No worries.
Hell yeah, let's
Oh
go.
yeah.
He doesn't have the allowance to die now.
I'm back.
There he is.
Welcome back.
What did I told you?
There we go.
I was about to go onto my phone again, but hell yeah.
All right, just a slight blip, no problems. Kitty, would you repeat what you told him about the Minotaur skeleton?
Yeah, I would have picked up the sigil beforehand and then start actually mending it at the moment, unless I would have had to do that beforehand.
There is no time limit on that. So you can mend it now. Oh my god. Is it? No, that's not me this time, is it?
Yeah, no, that's
Nope,
kidding.
that's Kitty.
This
Oh,
time
good
it's
lord.
Ah!
Oh boy.
Oh, today's an interesting day, isn't it?
Interesting internet day. And an
What a
interesting
lovely
role-play
day.
game.
What a lovely, beautiful day.
This is about the last thing
It's
I
a
do before the
beautiful
break as well.
day.
Oof.
I swear I can sing. Somewhat.
How about that airline food? Ah. So how about that sun god?
I was gonna say, how about that lore fart just...
Not only does he speak to you in a freaking hologram form. Fucking just, let me just touch this real quick. Oh, hi, that's Religious Awakening. Okay. Whoopsie daisy.
I mean, Alexander did say multiple times, this is his will made manifest.
Yeah, but like, you have...
People do not listen. Come on.
It's not that she expected to do anything. She's a shadow creature with blood-stained hands. She ain't worthy of shit. Why the fuck did he talk to her? Fuck.
What do you think?
Do I look like I have a brain cell in my head?
Yes.
No.
Oh. God damn it.
There she is.
Hello?
Kitty.
Way!
there she is.
Way!
Back.
All right, back to your thing.
Oh, not.
Fucking Christ.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I might just say we're going to do the break now. and
Fair enough.
try
Let
and
her. Yeah.
extend-
Yeah, food!
Yeah. Let her. All right, we're going to go for a break, and we will see you all again in a few minutes.
Stand in the sun, look at it.
No.
you
Hello, we are back. Deep breaths taken, bathrooms visited.
Shit, I forgot
Lorthar
that.
prayed
Bullshit
to.
discussed.
Let's do this. We were with Kitty and her stuff.
Let's get this bread. Let's get this
Yeah.
bread. Let's get this bread.
Bread. Okay. Muting now.
Yeah, I have, I think 3 things I want to do at the moment. Number 1 is mending the little symbol that was on the back of the Minotaur's spine. And just like looking, does it have magic?
It does not anymore.
Okay, that is fair. Then next up, I will collect the masks, since you said that the guards, the people, the dudes, they all had masks, like brass mask, I think you said, or copper.
I think I didn't specify the metal, but it was colored like brass.
Oh, okay, hell yeah. Then I will also collect those and put them. I think, yeah, put them in a little runic circle and cast Identify, because I can do that.
Hell yeah.
Do they? What?
Please again put me spell description because I want to be accurate.
Yes. On it. If Chrome wants to respond, please.
If it doesn't, I can also pull it out of your character sheet. Never mind,
I
there
got
it is.
I got it.
Yeah, it's a magic item. It's properties, not to use it. Whether it's attunement, how many charges it has. Learning if any spells are affecting it and what they are. If they are created by a spell, you learn which spell. If you instead touch a creature from the casting, you'll learn what spells are affecting it. While you cast Identify, it becomes very clear, very quickly, very clear. These are not magical inherently. They had a meaning at some point in the lives of these creatures, probably, but the masks themselves do not contain magic.
Can history? Mayhaps yes.
Go for a history check.
Right, hold on. Aha. I am so very proficient in this.
But that's a nat 1.
Never mind
For a
then.
total of 8. Which is close, to be fair, but that is unfortunately not enough.
Fair.
I will say you recognize that these masks were probably some form of soldier, guard, whatever, but you have no clue from what region or for what purpose.
I am still going to pocket all of that. So the sigil, the masks. Although, actually, Teddy,
Yeah, boss.
do you know anything about these masks?
And like he'll crawl out of the pocket, crawl along your hand as you're holding the mask, and like sniff. Made of brass and doesn't seem magical. You mean what exactly?
I mean, have you seen them before? You did say that you are a spirit and have communicated about.
Oh yeah, spirits talk.
Yeah.
And like he'll crawl back up the arm, like on the shoulder, to get a better look at it from a little bit afar. Make me do a history check on a.
I can
Let
give you
me look up.
intelligence for the guy.
Oh, for the the rat stat block doesn't have good intelligence. Give me a straight d20 roll.
Okay. Untold.
Teddy is indeed not a common rat. He is a spirit.
Not a common rat. He is a gangster rat.
Yes.
This one? No, not that one. Sorry, this one. Never fucking mind then.
Oof, that is a 6.
Yeah.
He looks at the mask and just says, I don't know, boss.
That's fair. I mean,
Looks like an old mask to me. I don't know, maybe someone... I would want to hit their face with that thing.
Apparently those guys. He'll point over to the guards. Do they wear some kind of robe? Is there a
they were wearing... Let me grab their stat block. They were wearing leather armor and a shield.
Yeah, but do they have like a crest somewhere on their armor? Or ceremonial robes?
May have at some point, but that was gone by this point.
Fair. Yeah. Notice. Alright. I mean, what do you know about the curse in these lands?
The curse, not much. I know that if you leave your dead out too long, they'll come back. But from what I heard recently, it's been growing. Not strong, and probably stronger.
Yeah, it grows stronger. It comes from the west. That's also what I heard. I suspect it might come from somewhere along the coast, maybe. Maybe someone brought it in a shipment of magical items. I don't know.
What did the one snake say? It's not a disease, boss. It's something magical. It's a true curse, but yeah, maybe shipped in. Maybe someone caused it. I don't know, boss.
Why would someone cause this? I mean, I should probably know. He will tap his chest to like indicate his pact.
From what I heard, it's not the first time that is not the same accent. From what I know, boss, not the first time that someone has cast on there from an attempt to gain power.
What do you mean?
Some old legend. A couple 1,000 years ago, someone tried to take over the planet. Failed, of course, but tried nonetheless.
Wait, a couple 1,000 years ago?
Just see your head just turned 180 degrees to your fucking corkboard. God damn.
I have notes, okay? A couple thousand. More than, Shit, where's my notes? More than when the comet came?
What comet?
Oh, I read in one of the books. Actually, quite recently. The comet passed by. When was it? And we'll pull out the book and sort of go through it. Try to read. Was it covered up being cut? Yeah, that there was a comet was near this world, and a bunch of unknown weird beings came into being here apparently, and slowly disappeared. And apparently there was also a godly creature, as far as I understand it.
You mean those crystal fucks that I've heard so much about?
Crystal fucks?
Some of the older spirits still talk about it. Apparently caused a bunch of chaos, boss.
Could that be related? Or was it not really that closely related? The last sighting was around 450 years ago. Oh, the last sighting of those creatures.
That was before my time, boss. Well, the last sighting maybe not, but that I don't know anything about.
So you do come into being at some point as a spirit.
Well,
interesting.
Like he turns around. Oh, I wasn't born yesterday, if that's a question.
No, I'm just curious about how. He'll loosely gesture to the little rat. How you work, because You're a spirit, right? Is that similar to a soul?
And he looks at you a bit confused, tilts his head. I mean, I'm a full being. Body is a bit more fluid, I suppose.
Yeah, your body is sort of conjured through magic. That is
Yeah.
how you're here. But are you just a soul that is tethered to this? Actually, never mind. Act with souls? He's just nerding out.
God, how much would Teddy know about this? He turns around again, looks at his own paws, looks at you. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about how souls work.
That is fair. Yes.
I'm from the Feywild, but
all right.
Stuff's a bit weirder and more complicated there than it's here in the material plane.
Yeah, I'll.
I'm a living, breathing being, but I guess I'm anchored in a different plane. If that's.
I mean, yeah, that's all right. Just if you find yourself thinking of relevant information, please do tell me.
Will do, boss.
Thanks. You can go to sleep in a bit. Amber might need you to watch out, or if it's okay with you, I would have you take watch with Amber. You don't need to talk or anything. You can just hide out. I just want you to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, I see. After what she did earlier, you don't trust her survival that much, do you, boss?
It's not that. I mean, yes, it was stupid, but just stay with her. Also, if my own pack takes me, stay with her then as well, won't you?
He'll look at you again, a little bit confused, turn his head, and say, "Whatever you say, boss."
Good man.
You're the only one that can keep me in this realm, though. If you were to go, I mean, I'd stay behind, but only until I disappear.
That's okay. I just need you to stay by her side. That's all.
You're the boss. and he will look and crawl back into, I'm guessing, the pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Much talk, big word.
Much talk, big word.
Perception?
Yes, exactly. Perception, that was the word.
There you go, I can't see shit. 18, finally, good roll, thank you.
You've been rolling poorly today, other than that, yeah.
Yes.
Alright, 18. Nothing approaches you, per se. However, you can tell a little bit of pulsing of power behind you in the general direction of the inner sanctum. Nothing calling you or any of that, but you can feel life in this place. Having more power than undeath.
And you did say before last session, I believe, that the undead were sort of like banging at a barrier. Sort of like with a tree.
It's almost directly at the entrance.
So I'm guessing if I put on the mask and go touchy, it's also gonna be like the same thing as with the tree.
Yes.
Cool.
Both are hollowed ground, both ward off undead.
Hell yeah. He'll quickly test that out and then just go back to doing watch and looking out. And then eventually wake Ember.
Yep. The rest of your watch goes by without notice. Or incident.
Want to see if you can wake me up?
Let's fucking go, man! First try, shake on the shoulder, cause that's the good roll. You get.
That's a good roll on Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
She stays asleep.
Thinking makes me tired.
Sure. I'll.
Come on, Dad. Think of something good.
I can pull the blankets off, like do the.
That would be kind of funny, not gonna lie. Pull the fucking cloak off her like that.
No, he'll summon dancing lights slightly above her, not directly in her eyes, and then try again. Please.
Okay.
Right.
That's intelligence. Ignore that. That's intelligence. There we go. 10.
10.
Beats meets.
No.
Okay.
With the light, DC is a little bit higher. Also, there's a second time trying, so it's a little bit higher.
Nice. Double higher.
It takes a little bit for Ember to wake up from that, but you can very clearly tell, yes, she's starting to move, and at some point the eyes open. It's like,
Yeah, she kind of blinks for a second, and she looks a little startled, not for any, like, PTSD reasons, more like, oh shit, light? Oh, okay, no, it's just dancing lights. Okay, never mind. She got a little spooked for a second. And then she kind of, like, looks around, notices you, and goes, my turn?
Yes, your turn. Here, take this. And he'll just hand over Teddy and then go to make his own bedroll.
Oh, hi again?
hi. Bossman told me to help you with watching.
Sure. And she'll, like, oddly kind of shift him up onto her shoulder.
He'll walk up and, like, almost flop down. Full body.
Quick question. How fat is this rat? Is this a chunky boy? Is this kind of like a thin, spooky boy?
Young, chunky boy.
Young chunky? Yes, young chunky. Yeah, she kind of like, she kind of looks at him a little bit and just goes, "Huh." All right, and she'll pick up her sword, and I'm just gonna say she kept her armor on just because she knew she was gonna be taking watch, so I won't have to put any of that back on. and she will nod to Memphis as she walks out. That's Shikari, not Memphis. There we go. Okay, cool. We're good. All good.
Just moved Spark a little.
Yeah, let me just take
Go
the
my
dog.
side, go back.
Let me just take your dog real quick. And she knows what's back there. Yeah,
Take him out to
she's gonna
pee.
position herself kind of outside, and like she'll put her sword kind of leaned up against the wall next to her, and she'll sit up against the wall and just watch the entrance.
All right. As you do so, leaving to the side of battle, Teddy will kind of just say, "I was something." Looking at the miniature skeleton.
Yeah, never fought something that big before. Don't tell him I said it, but Memphis is right. I shouldn't have just run in there.
Yeah. Then again, I can't imagine that fight ever being going well. Ugh. That's the DM's mouth fucking up, not Teddy's. I can't imagine such a fight ever going without any sort of pain.
Pain's not the problem. I don't think I've ever been that close to death before. Oof.
Yeah, don't do that again.
I won't make any promises, but I don't want to get yelled at by Memphis again, so I will avoid more reckless moves than that.
Yep. He's the boss after all.
I think he may have to fight Alexander for that title after what just happened.
Sunshine Boy? No.
You said you're spirit, right? Or
Yeah.
Memphis did. One of you did at some point.
I told Memphis, I don't know if he said it to you.
Probably. What's that realm like? You get any deities out there? Or she's like trying to prod for something, but she doesn't want to come right out and say it.
I'm from swampy part of the Feywild.
Ah,
We have a god,
quite wild.
Verdona.
Mm.
She's nice.
How did you say that? Verdona?
Verdona. But every little different accent. Everyone kind of pronounces it differently. She doesn't mind. I like her more than the previous one.
So you don't, you wouldn't know things about Lorthar or anything like that?
Nah, heard of him, but apart from this is about as more than I've ever known about him before.
Oh, okay. So yeah, cool. And she'll go a bit quiet and just resume watching, not really knowing exactly what else to do.
Alright. You also settle in a little bit more on your shoulder and
Hell yeah, chunky
keep an eye
rat.
out. Chunky rat. Do me a perception check.
Hell yeah. Da-da-da, 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 perception. 17.
17.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
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 1 second.
17, right?
17. Yeah. Alright. Not much happens. Similar to Memphis. There is nothing approaching.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, dare. Anyway, nothing approaching.
Nothing approaches. You can tell there is a little bit of wind picking up. You can hear a little bit of rattling, but then you see like a bone like clunk somewhere around, and this is probably some of the skeletons that are dead on the floor outside, getting picked up in the wind.
Whenever that bone would clunk, she'd kind of like straighten up, look over, like put her hand on the hilt of her sword, realize, okay, nope, we're good, and then like settle back down.
Yeah. But otherwise, your watch goes by without incident.
Nice. Now it's time to wake up Alexander. I promise I won't do anything stupid this time.
Good for you, because now I have a sword in my clutch.
I have a sword too, bitch. You'd be dueling.
But are you clutching it?
Yes!
Are you approaching Alexander holding a sword in your fucking arms?
No, she's not holding by the hilt. She's holding it like it's in its scabbard. She's holding it like by the scabbard. Less
I'll have the faster draw.
I wouldn't, but okay. Either way, she'll get up once she's done her watch, and she will walk on back, and she'll put the sword aside first, just in case.
Now I have the quick draw advantage.
If you're gonna kill me, then do it, you fucking coward. Either way, she'll kind of like kneel over him, and we'll try the gentle shoulder shake first.
Do I still have bless?
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
Whoa,
doesn't matter. That's a total of 6. First time Alexander rolls low on a con save to wake up.
Yeah, damn.
Or
Of course, it's with me,
really
Flip's
messed up,
hair.
Brother.
You know.
Yeah, you're a little bit still on edge after what happened today.
I used my con save to see lower far.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, back into 13. Morning.
Morning. Oh, by the way, as he begins to set up, still holding onto the sword, he holds it out to you like, here, grab this while I get up.
You sure? I don't.
Yeah, he just like, again, like, come on, hold it.
Sure, fine. Just
It's
don't want
heavy.
to get my dirty hands on it, and she'll like grab it and hold it for a second.
Yeah, and he stands up and he stretches a little bit, and he doesn't reach for it and just says, "Ataka, she wants to meet you.
Wait,
Have fun." And he
what-
just walks away.
What? Yo. Hey, what asshole? Hey.
Go to sleep.
She like realizes that she's in a room full of sleeping people. Shit, motherfucker.
He just walks away.
All right, flipping a coin. Am I following him? I need a coin. Shit, I don't have a coin, and my Helldiver's tag is missing. Fuck. Flip a coin. Thank you, Google. I know. I just forget. Okay. Heads I follow him, tails I don't. Flip. Heads. Okay. All right. Cool. She like looks around to the sleeping people, and then she just kind of like gets up and follows them out. Wait. Hey. What? What do you mean? That's a motherfucker. She kind of like stalks after you. What do you mean that? This is a sword.
No, that's Haka.
Did you name her? Like, I've met people who've named their swords before, but what do you mean she wants to maybe? What are you talking about?
No, that's Haka, the sword of Gorkal. Just when you start going back to sleep, just have the sword. Just hold on to the sword and concentrate on it. She's eager to meet you.
Me.
Yes, you.
She kind of like gestures to her armor just a little bit, like.
He continues by saying, "She said that there is someone on the path of redemption, and there was no one else I could think of other than you."
She kind of like looks at the sword for a second. Okay.
I mean, you already had some interaction with Lorifer, right?
What? No. And she kind of like she stutters even more than she has been. It's like
He gives her like a cocky smile and says, "Yeah, you have."
What? No. Okay. Fine.
Look,
I will talk to your sword.
oh, it's not mine anymore. I can't use it.
What do you mean you can't use it? It's a sword. I'll just teach you. Okay, all right.
He holds out his arm and shows like, "Do you see this?"
It's an arm.
Yes. Do you see the muscles?
Do you want me to look at your muscles?
There aren't many. They're not large. They're not
And?
meant to swing. They're not meant to swing heavy things. Even if I wanted to learn how to use it, it would require strength training beyond what is.
Years, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, look, I'll talk to your sword, but if I get vaporized by holy light, I'm haunting your ass.
You'd only get vaporized if you went back, but honestly,
But
he looks into your eyes and says, "I don't think you would." And he walks out, and plane's gonna fly over my head. So
she kind of like watches him for a bit, and then just is like, okay. And she looks at the sword. Hi. And at that point, she's like, okay, clearly something's about to happen if I do this. I'm just gonna walk in here. And she just puts herself this kind of the same way that she would sit for watch. Just she sits down up against the wall, and she holds the sword in both hands in her lap and stares at it for a second. Just goes, he said,
"What do you think is gonna happen?"
Oh shit! Fuck! Hi! Oh god! Forgot you were there. I don't know, but if I like, I don't know. I don't know. Life was a lot easier when I didn't get nervous every 20 minutes.
You want me to sit on the table and watch over you?
No, I don't know. You can sleep in my hair or something. I just, if I'm not awake again in like an hour, I don't know. You're right. You just, I don't know. Start playing bongos on my face or something.
Oh god. All right. I'll take it. And like he'll go from your shoulder, like crawls up into your hair, and like you can feel him making a nest.
She kind of like winces just a bit, but it's like it's fine. It doesn't really bug her. It's like the same kind of wince when you brush and you get a tight knot in your hair. And she waits until Teddy's kind of settled, and she'll lean her head back against the wall and try to go to sleep.
All right. With the sword in hand, attuning to it as you do so.
Yeah.
1 second. I'm looking something up first. The question inside chat. Yes. Put the question inside chat. With the sword in hand, attuning to it over the course of an hour. Similar to Alexander, you basically fall asleep and enter a dreamlike state. It's the same space as before. It is almost entirely white. And at first, there seems to not be anything
Can I move in this
until
one?
you.
Can I move in this one?
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
This does not restrict you in any way.
Thank God. Okay. Continue, please.
And as you look around a little bit, it almost seems like it appears where it wasn't before. Same as before, the altar that from which the sword was taken, and on it sits a woman. White robes that seemingly are on fire a little bit, kind of. Tan skin, and the symbol of a sun on her forehead.
I'm gonna guess you're the lady I'm supposed to talk to?
Ah. He truly did not waste any time. A diligent one, isn't he?
A bit, yeah. He said your name was Haka?
Indeed it is. Pray tell, what may be yours?
A third Ember.
She will look at you just a little bit, like, Ah. I can feel it. Alright. You are choosing. You're making a new path, a new name. Makes sense. And she will stand up from her sitting position and start to walk down the altar.
Yeah, I think so. It's a bit confusing, if I'll be honest.
Life usually is. And she will look you up and down. And well, she doesn't do the same way that she did with Alexander. This time she actually walks around to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see her be a bit, not quite worried, but questioning of a couple of things. You're strong. You have a strong sense of protection.
Yeah. A bit.
And yet you still have to find your path.
Yeah.
And she kind of stops on your right side as she puts a hand where, what is it, the kidney would be?
The what? The kidney?
Yes.
That's lower stomach on the side, I think.
Yeah. That area.
Kidney is in the back.
Oh, in the back. Oh, okay. Lower back on the side then.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. She touches you there. She doesn't grab or do it in any way, shape, or form harmful, but you can notice something is a little bit off.
She kind of
as she touches it.
She tenses a bit and then realizes, okay, she's fine. She's not an enemy, and she'll force herself to kind of relax a bit.
A broken oath. A piece missing.
If you had seen me a couple days ago, I probably would have told you that I didn't mean to break it, but now I'm not so sure.
Most that break their oaths don't mean to do so. But divine laws are strict, but they are there for a reason.
Yeah, I understand. Now, I think.
She finishes the full turnaround here to face you. Taking off the hand from that spot as she does so. And looks at you straight in the eye. Your strength is obvious. Your sense of protection is powerful. The only thing in question is your devotion to whatever cause you are currently following, which I'm sure you have yet to fully figure out yourself.
Yeah.
That being said, and she looks at you a little bit more intensely. Yeah, intensely. You have potential, and I shall lend you my guidance whenever I seem fit. I want to follow your journey, and if that journey leads down a path that I agree with, I will lend you my strength. But you have to prove that first.
You're very clearly somebody who knows a lot about Lorthar. Could I ask you something?
Sure. He made me, after all.
That's really cool. It's I was in that room, the one full of sunstone, and I touched one of them. I didn't think I said anything profound or, I don't know, even close to something you'd call a prayer, but I basically said that I understand why Alexander follows Lorthar so much, and I don't know if it was him or if it was something else, but I thought I felt something telling me to prove myself. Was that you, or?
No. I'm guessing it wasn't the same thing when Lorthar spoke to the group earlier.
God, no. No, if he showed himself to me like that, I think Alexander might actually have a stroke. No, it was just the crystal lit up and I felt something, and then... yeah.
Lorthar's attention may be intense when it is directed, but he is within all of his domain. It may not have been his conscious speech, but he reacts to anyone that prays with... what's the word? Not strength.
What word are you looking for?
Strong intent, essentially.
Ooh.
Actually, let's say that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
To anyone that prays with strong intent, especially in a place like that.
Okay. She looks like she's thinking about something, like almost the same kind of face that she would make if she were formulating a plan. Okay. Yeah. That's not slightly terrifying at all.
You have it in you.
It?
The strength of character.
Sure.
Okay. You just have to find it. But I think for now we're done here. You may wield me. And if you ever are lost, feel free to ask me. Or that charming monk of yours.
Sure, yeah. And she kind of like, she gives a respectful bow of her head. She doesn't do a full bow like at the waist. But it's a respectful bow of the head. I'll try to do right by you.
Don't do right by me. Do right by yourself. And with that, the scene ends.
Ooh.
You come to yourself in that corner. You are free to go back to bed if you so wish, or you could fall back asleep. You are sleepy enough to just continue sleeping.
Yeah, no. No. she's definitely not sleepy enough to continue sleeping. That woke her up a bit. Okay. I'm gonna use the coin again because I need I need decisions. So now there's two things I want to do, and I'm not sure which one to do first. So thing one and is heads. Thing two is tails. Okay, thing two. All right. She's gonna like push herself up a bit. Where's Teddy in her hair at the moment?
You can't see him obviously, but he is on top of your head, somewhere deep within your locks. Very comfy.
So he's kind of like just burrowed in there right now, right?
Yeah, full on buried in.
All right, cool. You know what? I'm gonna step very. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, that one hurt my lungs. Okay, excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah, she's gonna like gently feel around the area, not touching him, not waking him, and go, okay, he's asleep. And then she's going to slowly walk out. And she's gonna go like in this direction and kind of step into the archway thing. What's Alexander doing right now?
What is Alexander doing right now? Well, I think that he's just standing there. Not doing anything for once.
That's odd. Is he just standing there like like still as a statue? Like really creepy? Or just like, yeah, nice shit?
Not statue still. He shifts his ways every now and again, but he's just standing there.
Okay. She kind of stays still for a moment, and then she'll take a deep breath and kind of approach on the other side of him and stand next to him.
Not going back to sleep?
Yeah, after that, I don't think I can.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Nice talk?
Nicer than most, I guess. I mean, last time I had a chat with something in a place like that didn't go as nicely, so I'll take that one as a win.
Was that when the armor situation happened? He just sort of conk conk.
When the oath broke, yes.
Yeah.
She said I could wield her. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's her decision.
Yeah, but I just...
Look, I might be one of his most devout followers and all, but... but I'm not Gorkal. I'm not that mountain of muscle that he was. At the end of the day, it's a great sword.
I know, but like... Look, I'll be real honest here. I'm not great at making friends, clearly. As a lot as you can be sometimes, I do enjoy your company. I don't want to piss you off by wielding something that I probably shouldn't be wielding.
Okay, then how about this? How about you make me a promise?
A promise?
Yeah. Just, don't attack anyone with the sword that I'm not also attacking. Or will attack.
Thanks for the clarification there, because last time somebody didn't make a clarification, and she will also knock on the chest plate of her armor.
Yeah, the oath broke.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't think you have any ulterior motives in getting me to make a promise. So I'm a bit easier to convince this time around.
he he doesn't have a cloak or anything, but he like just brings his arm up like he's about to sneeze and just covers his lower mouth and says, but that is where you're very wrong, Ember.
What
So
are
you see, now I have
what are
tricked you.
What are you doing?
I'm being myself.
Well, good. Rather you be yourself than, I don't know. Anybody else?
Yeah, you know, it usually tends to end very bad when you try to pretend to be something you're not. Like, he looks at her for a few seconds, says, like you did.
She kind of, like, turns slightly and cocks an eyebrow. What do you mean?
I mean, I might not have known you before we came onto this journey and such, but, no, this feels more like you, instead of trying to be all,
What does that mean?
I'm great at reading people, I'm not great at saying words, sometimes.
I see. Well,
No, take for example, a lot of the guards at that fort we were at.
yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them were tense. Some less than the others, some very minutely so, but tense nonetheless. A lot of people who work for the vampires tend to be.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. So, I'm glad that you're now you. And not,
Whatever that is.
only one way to find out, right?
Fair enough. Are you doing that, that yoga thing this morning? Or are you just gonna stand here looking like a statue?
It's... I'm just trying to absorb this feeling as much as I can. It's such a different experience being in one of his temples. The chapel I was at was made by us, not by Lorfar. So yes, we might have caught his attention every now and again. But, and he looks behind himself into the sunstone room. But not like that.
I get it.
And praying is a nice little trip on the path. But standing here, it's like throwing yourself into a river and it's dragging you miles upon miles faster than you could ever sprint.
Sounds like you could drown if you're not careful. The river analogy, I mean.
Well, if we follow that analogy, then those who drown are the lucky ones, in a sense. Because they're dead.
Death is lucky.
Well, look around.
Yeah, no, fair enough, I guess.
Compare this to being in his halls. Oh. That's why we're able to fight so fervently. Because no matter what happens, we know where we'll end up. And that's why I hold such a strong belief that there are worse things than death. He kicks the skeleton minotaur.
She kind of like watches it for a second and then like slowly nods. You know, a year ago I would have vehemently disagreed with you, but yeah, now seeing that thing. Yeah. Worse things than death. A lot worse. She kind of shifts slightly and she'll sit on this rubble that's right here. And she'll just kind of like look up at you for a second. You know a lot of stories, right?
Most pertaining to Lorifar and the lore behind that, yeah. But I know some stories. Outside of Lorifar.
What's the one you know about this? Fuck, what's the name again? Yasha, the
Haka?
hero? No, not Haka.
Gorkal.
Oh, Gorkal.
So what's the one you know about Gorkal?
Well, his crusade.
Tell me about it.
Well, I can either shorten it down, or we can be here for the next couple of hours.
I've got nowhere else to be. Sleep will elude me like rabid sheep, so if you're okay with it, I'd like to know more.
Well, let's see. Where does the Chaplain Master usually start off with? Ah, yeah. A young, scrawny kid one day stumbles in to the church. And Alexander will begin telling the long version of Gorkal's rise from peasant child to Lorifar's chosen and crusader of vampire lineages.
Ember will make herself mildly comfortable, easier to do in armor, on the rubble. And she'll just kind of lean back and listen to him talk.
Alright. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You guys are so fucking adorable. Thank you very much.
Then please do me a perception check for the last watch.
Mm-hmm. Lorifar, bless me in your church. Going it to
22. Hold up.
By the grace of Lorthar, smite these hoes.
Alright. Again. Nothing moves close. You are safe for, well, the morning at this point. You do notice on the horizon, similar to what Ember noticed earlier, the wind is picking up. Starts to get a little bit stormy. You still have probably some time before it actually starts being a bit more not full on tempest, but there's probably a storm coming. Maybe midday, maybe end of day.
Ooh. Storm.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Do we want to use the horses first and walk in the storm, or walk first and use the horses in the storm?
It might be better to walk first.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, we better get moving as soon as possible then.
Wake up!
Do you actually do that?
Yes, I do.
Alright, I will say since we are down a member due to a very reasonable emergency,
Yeah.
I would call the session here.
Alright.
Okay.
Shorter session, but you know what? That's cool. Sometimes stuff is short, sometimes stuff is long. Either way, it's fun.
It's not about the size, okay?
Yeah. Hey, yo. All
Size
right.
doesn't matter.
You know, that was fucking great. You guys are awesome. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
That was really fun. Oh
My
man.
brain has
My
been
job's done here,
compromised too
but I did
much.
nothing. But I got.
That was fun. Thank you guys. Oh boy.
Thank you. Holy shit. For once, a shorter session.
A session shorter than 3 hours. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
We had like
Yeah,
three
we
big
made
moments.
it through a night. Okay, cool.
You know what? Shit happens, brother.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Good
Well,
work.
thank you guys so much for coming out to the Reclamation session 11. We will be back next week with session 12. Hopefully, full members intact. We want all of our party together. We do love each other. We do not have Ghostlight Theater this weekend or next weekend. Makeshift will be on vacation. Good for him. The boy needs vacation. So, we are your only entertainment for 2 weeks. This week and next week. So, you better be here.
Stuck.
Behold us and cry.
Oh god, I already do. Either way, thank you guys so much for showing up. I do appreciate it very much. We will be back next week, same time, same place. And until then, I bid you all good night.
Good
Good night.
night.
Night.